Is it worth it to squash whatever misunderstanding there is?
That's power. That's power. Keeping cordial with everything, that's power. That's what people don't understand. When you got everything cordial, you can control everything around you. So, I mean, I can't, I'm gonna let them people act like it's fun beefing with this group, that group. Something happen to you, you don't even know where it come from unless somebody rip on it.
Right.
I feel like real power is keeping everything cordial. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the ups on everything.
You express these views to other rappers that you know are caught up in shit.
They don't listen.
They don't listen.
Just happened.
Man, I was just, bro, I've been on the phone. Like, I've been on the phone with I'm trying to do a mixtape, you know, with like 4, 5, 6 rappers from my city. And they all got beef with each other. And I want to do a mixtape to where whoever beefing with who, you hop on a song with them and squash it. Cause what's really going on? Like, what is the point?
What's the real problem?
What is it, bro? Like, and when I talk to them about it, it's nothing that'll make you be like, man, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Like, it's nothing you would be like, okay, I respect that, bro. Yeah. That's something I don't want to hop in.
Like they killed my man. It's none of that.
It's nothing like that. Like, it's dying, but like, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas dying behind certain things, but it's even like what they dying, it's a sport in Memphis to kill. It's not because you owe me money or because you killed my mama, you killed my daddy, you killed my cousin, killed my brother, or even a close one to me. It's more so
none
like,
of that kung fu shit.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. So that's what I've been on the phone with a few artists today just talking about it. So it's funny you said. I'm like, bro, you keep things cordial. That's the power, bro.
Right.
Did you say it's a sport in Memphis to kill?
It's a sport. It used to be a sport with us. It's a sport.
That's horrific.
It's a sport.
That's terrible.
It's not money.
Hold on. Say it again.
It's just everybody.
It's like that in the Bronx. It's like that in Brooklyn.
Say that again, Dad.
It's like everybody down there got a gun. They just gonna see who gonna shoot first and who gonna hit who.
Yeah.
Why?
They're trying to be the realest. They're trying to be the realest. That's what it is.
Why?
They pass a law in Memphis. You can carry with no.
It's like that in Texas too.
Yeah, anybody get a gun.
Yeah, I understand. No, I understand having a gun. I understand being allowed to carry a gun. I understand even feeling like you need a gun. But I can't get past that statement. Like, why? For what?
That's a public health issue. That stems from something that was already instituted into that culture, in that area, in that environment. Yeah. Certain things took place, certain laws changed, and allowed people to do more things.
There's a lot of factors.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you what it really is, though. Like, it's really just a lifestyle and the energy. Cause I'm gonna be honest. When I was young, like I'm gonna be honest, I had both my parents. I had pop, mama. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really have to do the things I was doing. I went against the grain and just found my way. Sucked into some stuff that I ain't had to be in. And I feel like there's all of us on the real. Like, nobody gotta choose that shit. Like, that shit don't choose us. Like, I know the niggas come from the gutter and not street dudes at all. You know, they stayed away from it.
Right.
So I feel like it was with me, like, it's just a thing to where we growing up, we young, we feel like that's what's cool. You know, that's what we seeing. That's what we see from the TV. That's what we see from social media. That's what we see from our OGs.
Yeah.
It looks cool to us. And like, it sucks us in. And it's like the energy just wrap its arm around you. Cause I remember, like, you know what I'm saying, when you the thing with me was like, when I was younger, bro, and I was getting around these niggas and everybody had a story to tell. Like, wasn't nobody self-snitching or nothing, but like, everybody had a story, like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I did this, like, and you would look at it, you would like, damn, it puts you in a predicament of where you feel like you gotta do something to hang with the wolves.
Right.
And that's where all the stuff that I did came from, like, wanting to do this and do that behind a gun came from just being around people I feel like I wanted to keep up with. It's really stupid as shit. Now that I look at it,
but it's childish in a way.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't know my pops like that, but the stories I used to get was he knocked niggas out. So Hi, my name is Matt Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was something that in my head I was like, all right, I gotta be like this or I gotta be like that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's something you want to live up to.
Right, but the real killers on my block, they didn't talk. You found out from other people when they left, like, yeah, you know, son caught, lying. And I'm like, yo, I've been with this nigga all day. He tell me shit. You know what I mean? So I guess it's different now because it's being broadcasted constantly.
Yeah, it's way more different.
That's the
most successful artists.
It's way more different.
Raps and violence.
That's the other side of it that gets me. I'm not a street dude. My father had a reputation for fighting in the street. I'm not a street dude. Never have been.
You're in a karate class though.
No, I'm in martial arts class. I study MMA, but I don't fight. I'm not a street dude. I never have been a street dude. I like to fight, but I'm not a street dude.
Right.
My pops fought in the street. He always wanted me to be better than him. So that was the move I made. When it was time, when people had a story, my father always said that the people who talk ain't really doing it. Like you said, the killers be quiet.
Yeah.
The niggas I know who get it done, you don't hear about it from them. They never tell nobody.
Oh, man, we in a different era.
That's what I would
and talk about
to bring it all the way back around.
Do it and talk about it.
Man,
To bring it all the way back around, now it's on camera. Y'all are telling.
Yo, you know how many niggas I meet, and I guess they look at me a certain way, and they just give me all the tea on everything they done did. They run down their whole resume to me like, look, man, if I'm cool. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I know you heard about yeah, that was me over. And I'm like.
And they go back to just wanting to feel accepted. I feel like on the real, like nobody, we really growing up to where like, don't nobody really have a real family. So like when people want to express certain things of their nature, it's like they feel like it's deemed as cool and it makes you feel accepted.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna be honest, like growing up, me and my pop, we had a lot of issues. I mean, he know me and mom, we had issues growing up because I was just always hard-headed. So like, it was going to the point to where I felt like I was a fuck up first and foremost, but I also felt like sometimes I was like, man, motherfuckers don't love me, but on the real, they love me so much to where like, it felt like they ain't love me because they just wanted me to do better.
Right.
So when certain things would happen, it was like certain people run to certain people to want to feel an exception. And I feel like that's why people run to things like gangs, because they want to feel a void or feel a type of love that they felt.
They want to feel connected
a bond,
to something.
you know what I'm saying, to something.
And I say this because for black males in America, you really don't have, unless like your family has been doing well for generations, you don't have a legacy that makes you feel like you're somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I used to walk around with the understanding that, yeah, we was butt naked in Africa, motherfuckers snatched us up, brought us over here, slaved us for like 400 years, and then said one day, yo, y'all can do y'all thing now. You know what I mean? That's not something that you feel some sort of pride from, you know? And then when you got the police patrolling your area, and you know the police gonna be the heaviest in the area where you can't afford a lawyer, that's really what that's about. So these courts can get convictions and all that shit, and they're treating you like you less than a human being. Like I've looked older for a long time. So from 14, 15, the police was running down on me like I was a grown man, slamming me on cars and making me get on the floor. So that shit, it affects you. You start to look for some sort of self-value, and in the hood, the only self-value only value that you see is the tough niggas, or the niggas just getting money. So it just keeps repeating, rinsing and repeating, rinsing and repeating, rinsing and repeating.
That was my issue growing up too. Like I was being sheltered from all of that. Grew up in a good house, everything. But my grandmother and my moms didn't want me to see certain things. But when it got to that age, like 13, 14, and I was able to go to school by myself and see, oh, these dudes over here smoking, they over here gambling, oh, they cutting school. That's the cool kids. I've never been around this. Right. So as soon as you see it, you start rebelling because whoever's in your household didn't put you onto this and say, yo, stay away from this. Don't do this, don't do that. And I went out and found it.
Right.
And it's been a crazy cycle ever since.
Dad, did you? No, please.
What was you saying?
Dad, did you tell him what to stay away from?
Of course.
When he was having that hard-headed phase, how did you handle
When
it?
he had the hard-headed face and everything, but I basically tried to discipline him the same way my parents didn't discipline me, but as you know these days, you can't just discipline your children the same way as your parents did, because it's like a different era and everything.
Right.
Because I was raised in a religious family. And so, but, you know, come with a religious family, what's the saying they say?
Spare the rod, spoil the child?
Yeah, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right.
So that's what I was trying to do. But, you know, it worked sometimes, but then, like he said, it was like what he said. You know, he was sheltered from a lot of things, and then once he got there to see other things, I think that's how he just went down that wrong path, but he kept it, you know, behind, you know, the scenes.
Hidden.
Yeah, hidden.
Right.
But, you know, it was still there. But, you know, I saw traces of stuff, you know, but, you know, I was trying to overlook it. Like, nah, it ain't him. But then, you know, it just started showing a little bit more. And so, you know, it went out of hand. But, you know, like my mom and dad always said, you know, I'm just going to put you in God's hands. I'm going to pray for you. So
Right.
I just figured, like, if he was out there doing something wrong, you know, God always had his hands over. And, you know, that's basically what my parents did. Because I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, going against the will. But I knew some of the stuff that was bad going on because I was raised in a large family. So I saw my brothers and them do stuff my parents didn't want them to do. And I never said, I'm not going to do it, but I ended up doing it.
Right.
But it's because I saw it. But it seemed like if somebody's showing it to you, you like, okay, this is where they messed up at. So I ain't going to make the same mistake. So you think you can get away with it.
Yeah, facts. You think you're going to be the smart one.
Yeah, so I think that's what happened to me. And then, like, him being sheltered, I you know, I ain't saying I was the best parent in life, but I ain't never showed him no wrong way to do stuff. But I guess, like, when you just kind of got it good, and then you see him going by his way every day, like, yeah, but then you don't know what he's doing behind your back. So it was like the same thing I was doing with my parents there. But
what would you have done different?
What?
Right now? I mean, because you have a successful son now.
Well, I wouldn't do nothing different.
Because
what I always did, what my parents did to me that I didn't do to him, my parents, they tried to force church on us. Personally, because we stayed in church constantly.
Right.
And I went to church with them. Sometime he'll tell you, like, get your clothes ready, we're gonna go to school. We're gonna go to church in the morning, we don't go. But going back to that, what I'm saying is I didn't force it down. I let my children make their own decision.
Right.
And then I look at it as like me letting them make their own decision. I said, okay, I'm gonna let them make their wrong decision. Then when they fuck up, I'm gonna tell them, that's where you fucked up at. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like, okay, I'm gonna let you do what you wanna do.
Right.
Even though I told you what you need to do, then you gonna do what you wanna do. Then when you fuck up, I'm say, see, that's why I'm trying to tell you at first. But I never said, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. I always let them make their own decision because sometimes what you think better for them probably ain't better for them.
Right. Right.
What did you get from that?
Shit. I just got it from, like, honestly, I feel like certain things get passed on generationally. So it's like certain cycles kind of recycle. Mm-hmm. And so, like, what I really learned was, like, it's certain things that he learned from his parents that he put upon me, but it's certain things that he learned from his parents that he knew that didn't work with him and wasn't good for his well-being, so he didn't do it to me. Right. And that's the same way I want to be with my children, you know, as far as parenting. Like, that's when I go back. If I go back to this little me house shit, like, I don't mind my daughter seeing it because I can give her guidance on what it is. Mm-hmm. Instead of me trying to hide it from her, and then when she really see it, she don't know what it is, and you don't know how she gonna take it. Right. Like, say for instance, like, for my child growing up, I want her to know what all the bad things are. I want her to know what those things are. Right. And I want to educate her on what they is. Because, like, say things, I want to give an example. I think it was not too long ago, like, a little boy went in, like, his parents' dresser, found the gun, and, you know, he shot himself and killed himself, right? So if I'm leaving out the house and, you know, my daughter, she's 2, and she's the smartest girl in the world. You know, you leaving out the house, you tuck it, you know, and she be like, that gun? And I'd be like, yeah. And she be like, bad, no touch. She like, no, cause I instilled it in her mind, like, you know what I'm saying? She know what it is, she see it, and she know like, alright, no, like that ain't nothing to play with. And I'm already teaching her that too. So when she's getting older and older, she's never gonna be curious to something that she's just discovered.
It's hot trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.